So we're going to talk about leaks in the toilet, how to detect them. If you've noticed that your water consumption has gone up, your water bill perhaps has gone up a little bit, or maybe late at night or sometimes when the house is quiet, you hear water running in the background someplace and can't quite figure out where it's coming from. Or if occasionally your toilet kind of flushes itself, you hear the toilet flush, there's nobody in there. Or if you have to go in sometimes and jiggle the handle to get the toilet to stop flushing, those are all symptoms of possible problem with your toilet. And we're going to discuss a couple things, how to detect that and how to correct it. First, on the detection side, one good place to start to see what's going on in your house is to check your water meter out front. And you just go out there and see if the water meter is moving or not. If you have a very small leak in the toilet, it will cause the water meter to move a little bit. Okay, so you go into the bathroom, you're going to take the lid off the top of the tank. Now, this thing is made out of porcelain, it's heavy, so don't drop it. It's very sharp. If it breaks, it'll break into very sharp pieces, so be careful with it. So you take the lid off the tank, you look inside, and the first thing you're going to see is where is the water level in the tank. You have what's called an overflow tube, this here, and this is designed to prevent water from overflowing the tank onto your floor. So if a problem arises in here and the water level gets too high, it'll all go down this drain. Well, this drain goes down your sewer, so you're never going to see it. So check the water level, make sure it's at the appropriate height. It should be about an inch below this. If in this case the water level appears to be fine, the problem could be in the flapper valve, and probably is. If you want to, you can turn the water off down here at the wall. You can hold this down and drain the water out of the tank. And you reach in here and you just reach in here and just actually touch the flapper valve. And a lot of them are black. This one happens to be blue, but most of these are black. If you touch it, and this cloud of black inky material comes off, and you got a big black stain on your finger, that's telling you that the rubber is oxidized and it's probably wore out and it's allowing water to leak past the seal. The dye tablets are a food-based dye. They're very intense color. These are blue. And what you do is you take the tablets and you drop them into the tank. If you're using something like Tidy Bowl product where it already has a blue color in your tank, you need to remove that before you perform this test. What you're going to do is we're going to create this nice vivid blue color, and then we're going to stand here and watch the bowl and see if the color starts to show up in the bowl. If it does, it means that the flapper valve is leaking down here. The blue water is being drawn past the flapper valve into the bowl itself, and it shows up down there. So now that we've determined what the problem is, where the leak is, we're going to fix it. And assuming that it's either the float valve or the flapper valve itself, we'll start with the float valve. So the float valve is adjusted too high. It's pretty simple. A lot of models have a little screw on the top of the valve here, which you can take a screwdriver to, appropriate screwdriver, either a Phillips or a flat blade. Turn it whichever way you have to go to lower the float down. This particular model here has a little knob on the back here. By loosening this, we can adjust the arm up and down. The other problem, if it's the flapper valve, we want to replace that. Turn the water off here at the wall, middle of the toilet. Hold the handle down and drain the tank. So now we've determined that the problem is in the float or in the flapper valve. So we're going to replace the flapper valve. And these are pretty simple to do. It's got a little chain attached to it, which lifts it up and down. The chain is attached here at the top. It has some kind of a little wire assembly. You just bend it a little bit, disconnect it, and it comes loose. There you go. And the other thing, it has two little ears down here in the bottom. What you're going to do is you're going to just peel off the little ears just like that. The flapper valve to the low flow toilets, so sometimes is the critical element which makes them a low flow toilet. You need to replace it with the proper flapper valve. So you've got your new flapper valve. Now we're going to put it in. Just a reversal of the process. Get it down there. You have to hook it over the ears, just like that. You have to reattach the wire to the rod. There you are. We have this card available at City Hall Department of Water Resources. at the water field office at 202 North McDowell Boulevard, or here at the fair, that will tell you the steps on how to determine your water leak in the toilet and how to correct those leaks.